it's Nelly. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with a Valentine's Day inspired makeup tutorial. I'm so excited for this video because I love Valentine's Day. I mean, who doesn't love love? Oh my god, I'm so cheesy. I do this video every single year and I was so surprised at the look that I wanted to do this year for Valentine's Day, because if you have watched my previous Valentine's Day looks, you know that I go all out. This year, I decided to go with something a little bit more classic. You know, I sat down to brainstorm ideas and I was like, you know, I could do something like super glittery, super like themed, but honestly, how many people are actually gonna wear that out? So yeah, I was like, okay, no Nelly, let's calm down your extraness for one video and do something that the average woman can actually enjoy, or the average boy can actually enjoy and go out in public and feel confident and beautiful. So I toned it down, but I couldn't tone it down that much. So I have red lips on, but if the red lips is a little bit too much for you, you can definitely switch it out for a different color. You can do a nude or a gloss. That is why I love this eye look so much, because you can do any color lip and you are gonna look beautiful. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys enjoy this video. But before you go, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the like button if you enjoy, and also hit the notification bell to get updates sent to your phone whenever I upload a new video. So okay, that's it. I'm gonna stop rambling. Thank you for watching. I love you and I'll see you soon. Mwah.
Okie dokie, let's get started. Let's pick up this hair and get into it. Today I'm going to be working off the Morphe 9A palette. The first shade I'm taking is called Myself, and I am going to put this in my crease from inner corner to outer corner, and this is going to be our transition shade. Next, I'm going to go in with the shade Splendid, and I am going to take that same blending brush, which by the way, it's a super old brush. I don't even remember the name, but any blending brush will be just fine. And I am just going to pack this again in my crease from inner corner to outer corner, but I am going to be keeping the color just a tiny bit lower than that first shade. Next, I'm going to be taking the shade Aware, and this is a little bit darker than the first two shades. As you can tell, we have been going darker and darker as we go, and this is super important because that's what's going to give you that soft, very effortless look. So I'm going to take the shade and I'm going to place it in the outer corner, and then with whatever is left on my brush, I'm going to begin to move it in towards that inner corner. But again, keeping the color just a little bit lower than the previous two shades. Next, I'm going to go in with the shade Bruise, which is a nice darker brown. I'm going to be doing the same exact step. I'm going to take it in the outer corner, and then with whatever is left on my brush, I'm going to move it in towards that inner corner, staying lower and lower in my crease. I'm going to go in with a makeup wipe, and I'm just going to wipe off all that fallout and clean everything up. Next, I'm going to go in with the black shade that's in the palette, which is called Storm, and I am going to take a small shader brush and I am going to begin to place this color in my upper lash line. You just want to place it. Don't worry, we are going to smooth it out, but for now, just place it in the lash line, and also take a little bit of it and place it in the outer corner. If you don't want the look to be super intense, I definitely recommend to not place it in the outer corner, but I did want to add an extra bit of smokiness, so I am going to place it in the outer corner. And then I'm going to go in with a fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to smooth that out and blend it out to diffuse that color. I'm going to go back in with that previous first blending brush, and I'm just going to blend out the edges. Now I'm going to take the shade Surprise, which is a beautiful champagne-y shade. It's super pigmented. I was blown away by the pigmentation. And I'm going to place this in the inner corner of my lid, so in the inner half of my lid, if that makes more sense. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit more of Aware, and I'm just going to blend everything out to make sure that we have no harsh edges and that everything is nice and soft. I'm going to take a little bit more of Storm, very little amount of it, and I'm going to re-intensify that lash line. You want to go ahead and apply some mascara and lashes. Today I am using the Kiss lashes in the style Midnight. Kiss lashes have been my obsession lately, and as you can see, they definitely change up the look. Moving on to the skin, I'm going to start off by priming my skin, and I am using the e.l.f. Hydrating face primer. I have been obsessed with this primer. I love how luminous and hydrated it makes my skin. Now I'm going to do a little bit of color correcting. So I am taking the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer in the shade Neutralizer, and I am going to put that in my under eyes, and I'm also going to place this in areas where I have a little bit of breakout and some redness, and I'm just going to blend that out using my damp sponge. I wanted my skin to look extra glowy and dewy, so I am taking the new Covergirl Vitalist Go Glow. This is a luminizing lotion in the shade Daybreak, and I am just going to put this in my skin and blend it out using a brush. And as you can tell, my skin looks super duper glowy. I actually love this stuff. It's great. For foundation, I'm going in with the Maybelline Fit Me foundation in Dewy Smooth, and I am in the shade 210. And let me tell you guys something, this foundation is super duper dewy. So if you have oily skin, stay away from it because it's really luminous and dewy, almost greasy to be honest, but I loved it. But yeah, it's a little bit much. So for concealer, I am taking the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer one more time, but now I am using the shade Light, and I'm going to put that under the eyes, on my chin, around my nose, and also up in the forehead, and I am going to blend it out using my damp sponge. I'm going to be doing a little bit of cream contour. I am taking the Covergirl Vitalist Healthy Concealer in the darkest shade, and I am going to place this around the perimeter of my forehead, on the hollows of my cheeks, and also on the sides of my nose. And then I'm going to take a fluffy face brush, and I'm just going to buff that into the skin. And I absolutely love the color on this because it's not too cool or too warm, and I love the consistency because it's light and soft, which I loved, and it gave me like a nice glow. And then I'm going to take a smaller brush, and I'm just going to blend out the sides of my nose. I'm going to go in with that same concealer in the lightest shade, and I'm going to use this just to further highlight and also clean up that contour area. I don't like this as concealer on its own. I think it's too light, but to just do a little bit of extra highlighting, I think it's perfect. So I'm going to go in with my damp sponge, and I'm just going to run this and blend it in and make sure that everything is nice and blended and that there is no harsh edges and that everything flows. You definitely want to take your time because you don't want to be able to tell where that bronzer starts and the concealer ends. You want everything to be nice and effortless. So I'm going to go ahead and set my under eyes before they become a creasy mess. I'm going to take my Airspun powder, and I am just going to blend that using my damp sponge. I'm going to blend that under the eyes, and I'm also going to apply a little bit on the T-zone, which is the areas where I tend to get the most oily. So for highlight, I am using the new L'Oreal Lumi Shimmerista in the shade Moonlight. Now, this highlight is absolutely beautiful. As you can tell, it's a gorgeous luminous powder, but it does have a purpley pinky undertone, so it's not going to be useful for every single look that you do, but I think that it went perfect for this look, and I actually used it as my blush as well. For my lower lash line, I didn't want to do anything too crazy, so the only thing that I did was I gave my bottom lashes a coat of mascara, and that was that. That's it for the lower lashes. For lips, I went in with the Catrice Aqua Ink in Gloss. This is in the shade Jump into the Red River. I do change to a more matte lip at the end because this was just not what I was going for, but it's still a really pretty color. And then I'm going to set everything into place with the new Covergirl Look Lockup. This is the setting spray, and it smells so refreshing. It smells like cucumbers. It's so good. And I'm going to add a little bit of highlight to the inner corners because I completely forgot. And I'm also going to add a little bit to the tip of the nose. And that is it, you guys. That is going to do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe. I love you, and I'll see you soon. Bye. I'm so happy.